We went from a 40-year bull market in the bond market and a
That's right.
40-year bull market in the, let's call it the Reagan-Thatcher era of deregulation and financialization. We are now in a new era, which is going to be driven by commodities, right? Russia basically called time on the era of
Yep.
financialization, and we're now on a commodity-based global economy. Russia, the ruble is reflecting that. It's trading at some highs, some recent highs, as commodities take center stage. And the ultimate commodity, the commodity that Paul Tudor Jones called the fastest horse in the race, is Bitcoin. And it'll outperform all other commodities and all other securities and remain as the best performing asset for the next 10 years. But I don't.
Bitcoin OG and American broadcaster Max Keiser is known for his often controversial but straightforward and relevant takes on the cryptocurrency industry. In a recent interview with Stansberry's Daniela Cambone, Keiser speaks extensively about government regulation in the United States and its effect on the Bitcoin industry. According to Keiser, the U.S. government and other governments around the world have absolutely no control over Bitcoin. Keiser adds that governments and regulators have realized they either join the space or get left behind. Unlike Michael Saylor, Keiser also states that he is not excited about Biden's executive order or its impact on the cryptocurrency space. Please watch the video to the end to hear from Keiser himself as he speaks about the new era for Bitcoin and his thoughts on Elon Musk's ownership of Twitter. If you are yet to do so, please ensure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Thanks, and enjoy the video.
Well, it doesn't matter what any government says about Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is absolutely decentralized and exists entirely outside of any individual, group, corporation, or government control. Governments are just waking up to the fact that they have no input in terms of impacting Bitcoin whatsoever, and they're moving from thinking, oh, we're going to ban Bitcoin, knowing now that they can't ban Bitcoin, to understanding that it's fear of missing out, or FOMO. The countries that hoard and mine Bitcoin the biggest and the fastest are going to be in a much better position than the latecomers. That's the current position amongst various governments, except for in Europe, where they are literally brain dead, where the EU is coming out and making it clear that they're not interested in participating in the 21st century economy whatsoever. They died. The only thing, but they haven't been buried yet. So that'll come probably in 2022, because I noticed that the euro is going to be parity with the dollar and heading to new all-time lows, probably in the 60-cent region. So the entire EU can be flushed down the toilet, because the leadership there are bureaucratic, sclerotic morons. They can be just disregarded entirely. I think Elon Musk will probably buy France and turn it into a place that's worth going to.
Just side note, were you happy that he bought Twitter?
Sure,
You
why
love
not?
free speech.
But Twitter was
You,
being manipulated by folks that were against free speech, and Elon Musk recognizes that free markets and free speech are part and parcel with vibrant capitalist free market economies, and he'll bring that to Twitter. And we're going to see a much improved Twitter, and I probably go public again in 2 or 3 years at 2 or 3 times the valuation he took it private.
Michael Saylor saw the announcement as a massive boost for Bitcoin adoption. So you're saying Bitcoin didn't need it?
I don't see the U.S. dollar, as Michael Saylor argues. I don't buy that argument whatsoever. So I'm not surprising that he would have a favorable disposition toward comments coming out of the U.S. government. I don't see that as being important or relevant either in any case. But he's a guy who supports dollar as world reserve currency. So I mean, if it's his MO, that's fine. But I don't agree with it, and the Bitcoin is not in any way tied to any government's position toward it. Governments have only one decision: either start mining and hoarding Bitcoin or become irrelevant.
Within the next 10 years, Keiser believes that Bitcoin will be one of the world's biggest and most widely used currencies. He explains that the crypto asset and a gold-backed Russian ruble or Chinese yuan will end the unipolarity of the US dollar as a reserve currency and usher us into a bipolar world with multiple reserve currencies. Please listen to Keiser's explanation here.
Right. So you go from a unipolar US dollar reserve currency to a multipolar world with a few different currencies out there. So you have the dollar, which will be a fading currency. You have a gold-backed ruble, which is going to be aligned with China, Iran, Brazil, the BRIC nations. And then you have Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is being adopted by countries. We see that now in Central America with El Salvador. And we can talk about this new fund we're starting, by the way, in El Salvador called El Zonte Capital. You can get information about it if you do an email to hello@elzontecapital.com. And we'll see other regions in Central America and Latin America begin to adopt Bitcoin. And now we see more action in Africa. There's a country in Africa today that just announced they're making Bitcoin legal tender. So that will be a big theme in Africa. Those countries looking to leapfrog the entire fiat money system and banking system and just want to just leap into the 21st century, that they can just go to a Bitcoin standard and bypass all this malarkey with central banks and fiat money and all the bureaucrats. They can just go to a hard money Bitcoin standard and be immediately participating in the economics of the 21st century. So we're going to see that. So those are the three developments. As the US dollar fades away, you get a gold-backed currency in those countries that have been aggressively buying gold for decades, principally Russia, China. And then you have Bitcoin, which is really the kind of the breakout surprise hard money transformative currency in the world, and that has its own dynamic.
A fading US dollar, stronger gold-backed ruble, and Bitcoin to rule them all. This is the future that Keiser predicts for the world's largest cryptocurrency. What are your thoughts on Keiser's interview? Please drop your comments in the comment section below. Before we end the video, let's quickly examine the crypto market as it continues its steady upward momentum after several days of volatility and uncertainty. Within the past 24 hours, the crypto market has gained 2.38% and has increased to $1.79 trillion. Bitcoin has jumped by 1.49% in the past 24 hours, recovering some of the losses made earlier. As of press time, the coin is trading at $39,500, reducing the monthly loss to approximately 15%. Ethereum is once again close to entering the $3,000 range. The native token is now exchanging hands at $2,929, a 3.12% increase over the past 24 hours. The token's monthly loss percentage has also reduced to 16.49. Top gainers among the top cryptocurrencies include Solana, Cardano, and Avalanche. Despite the recent mishap that caused a 7-hour outage, Solana has gained 5.28% within the past 24 hours. The native token is now trading at $92.45. Cardano has also increased by 6.39% to $0.87. Avalanche has gained more at $65.99. The red coin has gained 7.70% within the last 24 hours. However, its monthly loss percentage is still quite high at 30.79%. Within the past month, Solana and Cardano have lost 29.84% and 27.71% respectively. Thanks for watching the video. Remember to share your thoughts about Keiser's interview and the latest market developments in the comments section below. Also, like and share the video and subscribe to the channel for more. Thanks for watching.